Hello, everybody. Welcome to RuneJammer 2023. We're going to be playing a game of index card RPG with the altered state setting. It is a dystopian future cyberpunk. However, it's not. There's a huge blurb at the beginning of the book that says that this isn't just a nihilist gun for money. This is about deeper relationships and uncovering the truth, favors, and all sorts of stuff. However, given that this is a 3-hour session, one shot, you guys will be doing a mission and going from there. So, does anybody have any kind of backstory that they've thought of for their character, or what they envision that their character would be? Or we can roll some backstory as well if you want to, and kind of discuss what you got going on with your character.
Yeah, rolling be quite cool.
Cool.
That
Okay.
sounds fun.
Roll it.
I'm good
All
to
right.
do that.
So, what we're going to use is something called the Mythic GM Emulator. And this is something I've used in the past to create solo sessions and different things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll on the background elements table and we're going to go with player 2, who is Kai. So that is Kev. And I'm going to refer to you guys by your player names.
Yeah, cool.
So you got Heroic Helped. So for your background, let's get a event focus here. Our event focus is PC positive. So a positive background element where somebody heroically helped you, or you heroically helped somebody else. So thinking about that in the context of a cyberpunk dystopian future, how would you have been helped or helped by either help or help someone else in a cyberpunk future that would have been a net positive for you?
Okay, blimey. uh, I think someone's helped me out with a big debt that I've got into. Like, yeah, a bit of a gambling problem. Uh, and yeah, someone's come to my rescue and saved me from a very sticky situation.
Okay. And
And
I
I'm
could see how that
in
would
debt.
I could see how that would feed into our introduction to the mission and stuff afterwards. So you got a big debt, you're a bit of a gambler, somebody helped you get out of that big debt and got you into the position you are now. Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Um so we got T, who's also T. Um do you want to roll for it as well, or do you have an
Yes,
idea?
please.
Okay. So let's do event focus, which is going to be NPC negative, so somebody that you know that is either a burden and you save them, or they saved you from being a burden. I don't know how do you want to interpret that?
So my character is an enhanced mutant, and I think maybe they were adopted at a very young age, and like it's obvious that they are not like the other kids. I don't know how old they are, let's say 20. But they don't really know anything about their background. They don't really know why they were enhanced or in what ways they're mutated. They're worried that it's gonna, affect their quality of life. So they're really just trying to get the money to get the very expensive lab tests run to try and figure out what is up with them because their adopted parents are just not forthcoming and will not tell them anything.
Okay. Okay. So we got adopted, unknown, adopted, unknown mutant. Interesting. Okay. HPG or Jacob, do you want to roll, or do you have an idea?
Let's roll it.
Hey, one moment. Let's roll it, and we're gonna do event focus of NPC action. Interesting, with a background of ooh. I have an idea for this one, but I want to hear what your interpretation is.
Hmm. Hmm. So I'm playing an awakened human psychic, so I think um some kind of like cyber psychedelic research or something that caused this. So I was locked away in a lab somewhere. Um the NPC in question found out about it and helped me to escape and then recruited me to um their organization of runners, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys are currently working for, because now you're of age to work, uh, you're working for a place called Arctech out of Shinru City. We're going to make a little map here of Shinru City. Get my drawing utensils out here. Get to make my little index cards again. HPG got to see this last time.
Yep.
So we got Shinru City. And Shinru City is massive. I don't know if you guys have seen Blade Runner, the original, or 2049. Just how massive LA got and the coastal walls and all that stuff. And if you take like the idea of Judge Dredd Mega City 1 or Mega City 7, whatever it's called, and just mush those together, that's
Hmm.
Shinru. However, the a large majority of the city doesn't have power, doesn't have energy, doesn't have people living in it. Uh, and there's things called synths, biomutants, and just other just deranged people or people who wanted to quote unquote live off the grid but didn't want to like go too far off the grid. They just didn't like the idea of being controlled by it. But every cyberpunk being a commentary, everything's under control and stuff. So just living within that context. uh so there's dark places in Shinru where there's zero power, biomutants, AI synthetics that run around and were designed to do certain purposes but lost that purpose and now just meander through the city. Uh, Mega corporations like Arctech uh, provide certain securities for quadrants of the city or certain districts of the city that they have control over and provide power, security, and other things. However, all of that is in return for certain things like come in and work for us, take this pill for us, do this experimentation, or all sorts of other dastardly things. Uh, and you guys happen to be in one of those districts right now, and imagine like pull back and there's a street, minimal neon lighting. You don't have like all the big glowing lights and all that stuff. There's a hover car, there's a street bike, there's people walking the streets and stuff like that, carrying groceries or uh, just I don't want to lead into those other stereotypes, but like just walking around doing business on the street. Uh, so um, and you see like a nanobot flying around and stuff like that, and then you see three people hanging out at a ramen stand outside of one of the satellite facilities of Arctech, probably like one of the storage units or something like that, where they keep some leftover bits and bobs for their labs. And we've got three people, Kai, T, and Jacob, who are partaking in uh, some delicious ramen. Um, just then, or do you guys have any discussion or banter you want to do before we get into it?
It's not spicy enough. They're always shortchanging on the chilies.
Hey man, I make the ramen. It says right here, not spicy. I don't have the creds for the spicy. You want spicy? Give me creds. Otherwise, I make it the way that I can.
Yeah, bland.
Ugh, fine. Don't enjoy my food, but you keep coming back, so that tells me something.
It's cheap.
Um, so as you guys are talking with like the ramen shop owner and reminiscing your day of work where there's zero light, uh, the power goes out and everything's pitch black. As your eyes adjust, some of you may have enhanced ocular vision. Uh, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, you hear what sounds like footsteps of a runner coming up to you. Clump, 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 clump. Hey, you three! Artec has a mission for you or something they need from you. You need to come back to base real quick.
Do we recognize them?
You do. It is one of the front desk workers at one of the Arctech research labs, and like you know that lab is probably a couple blocks away, which is like a few 100 feet in a mega city. And for them to like be coming and running to you now, as soon as the darkness went, you know that something's going on, and they knew about it, and they're trying to prevent it, but didn't get around to it in time. So now they need you to do something about it.
Yeah, damn it. I only get a couple of minutes rest every day, for fuck's sake.
Oh
What's
no, it's
happened?
dinner time.
Well, it looks like it's time for us to go back to work.
Yeah, just bring your food along. We'll get you some nutrient paste or something when we get to Arctech. But come on,
Ooh,
guys.
yum.
And you know it. You know you can make your nutrient paste extra spicy. Um. So as you guys head back to Arctech, the research wing, lab number 4, you're greeted at the front door by one of the guards, and then they look you up and down, scan your subdermal badges, and okay you to come inside. Uh, you notice that there's a lot more guard presence since the power went down and stuff. Automated defenses have taken a hit. A lot of drones are downed, and somebody meets you at the front desk under a hand crank portable light device for some reason, and they say, "Ah, good, you three. Uh, you're the only people that were close enough, and the people that I could only think of fast enough that I need to get rid of to go out and do a mission." Did I say that? That came out. No, I meant I need you three to do a mission. Yeah.
Jacob
Uh-huh.
raises his eyebrows.
So as you know, Arctech is responsible for this quadrant, and if we don't get the power restored fast enough, the uh, the biomutants and the AI abominations are going to start coming into our protected zone, and people are going to lose their minds. So we need you guys.
Yeah.
We need
How
you
many
guys.
credits?
We need you guys to follow the power lines out to one of the substations out by the rim, and take a look out in that area and see what's blocking the power. Fix it and restore it, or report back here as soon as you can, so that way we can send out the appropriate teams. Uh, but we need you guys to go take a look.
And the credits? You never
Yeah,
answered a question.
fine. We'll get you guys 2,000 credits.
Is that a lot?
Well, it's 2,000. He didn't specify per person. This is 2,000 credits. So yeah, a credit. I'd say a credit is probably enough to like get by on a day. So that's probably a ton of money, but also it's not like he's giving each of you 2,000 credits.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm in. Get some better ramen.
Yeah. Hopefully Joey Shack down the street, you guys can give him enough money to get some spice imported from Ishuga or something like that, or off-world colonies maybe. Who knows? So we'll get you some transport unless you got your own, and send you on your way. So back to Game Master voice here. You guys do have bikes of sorts. In the Altered State book, there is some street bikes. They're fast, flashy, and sexy. And those, you do have a set of those that you normally would take. Being that the power's down, they can't get you drones. Most of the battle suits are down right now and stuff, but your bikes are still working. Good old-fashioned explosive gasoline.
Hit the road.
Yeah, let's take the bikes.
Let's do it.
Sweet. Okay. So you guys are going to be taking your bikes on Shinru City, from Shinru City to, let me get another index card here drawn up.
Whoa.
You're going to be taking your bikes to the Rim. The Rim is a periphery location where solar energy, a lot of the grub works, GURB, and other natural resources that are not plentiful within the city are generated and used to power Shinru City and other various sectors of it or districts. And there are two power lines which are running from Shinru to the Rim, and those allow Shinru to have moderately redundant power for Arctech at least. And then those lead out to a couple satellite facilities. So as you guys are heading outwards of town, you get to the wall, the Great Wall of Shinru City, and see two giant, massive cables. However, those kind of roll over the hill into the distance, and you lose sight of them eventually. What would you like to do?
I mean, none of us are electricians, right? So probably there's like somebody out there we need to deal with. I mean, seems to me.
They
Is
haven't
that
hired us to go and fix the electrics, that's for sure.
Well, I don't think we were asked to fix anything, just figure out what's going on.
I
what?
guess we follow the wires.
Yep.
Go out to the Rim.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, um, as you guys follow the wires, these are imagine like the Matrix 3 or the Matrix 2 with those giant tunnels that fill that the ships fly through and stuff. Now there's that entire tunnel is the thickness of this cable. So you are pretty small comparatively to next to it, and it imagine more like the Grand Canyon. If the Grand Canyon was a cable, that's what this is. So you're just taking your bikes, beep, driving next to the cables and stuff. And on your way, you happen to see uh, a couple leeches that are just kind of, they got a little power station, and they're sickly green, and they got equipment and stuff, but they're like sticking wires and pokes into the main cable here, and uh, they take notice to you and start popping off a few shots. Um, do you guys interact with them at all, or do you want to keep going, blow by them, or do you want to take them out or see what they're doing?
I mean, they might know what's up, but it doesn't seem like they're friendly.
Yeah, they're definitely popping shots at you, so definitely not friendly. Anybody got anything they want to do with it, or
Take a closer look.
can I take a closer look? Okay. So these guys are token kit. These guys are called poison runners. Don't think I have. Oof, that's a big face. Hold on.
And he is gonna stand well back.
Yeah, so there's 3 poison runners. One of them's poking the wires into the cable, into the giant cable. Imagine like taking hot dog cookers and just sticking it into a tree. That's kind of what's going on here. And another one of these guys is behind a little computer tapping away at it, and another one has got a gun and he's plinking shots at you. So you guys are getting closer to investigate or engage? Sorry.
Well, I'm inclined to go and return the favor if they want to engage.
Okay. So if you
Same.
guys are going to engage, what they're doing, when you go to engage and get closer, the one at the computer looks up and stands up and like sticks his hand out, and then the other one with the cable drops the pokers and pulls out a couple daggers, or what seems to be daggers, and they run to engage you. While you are on your bike, all shots are going to be hard because you're moving and stuff and on a bike. And all shots against you from them are also going to be hard because you're on a bike and moving super fast. So what they're going to do is they're going to take their first round of shots, and I'm going to just roll 3 times. So it's going to be D20. That's 4. 12. So if and I'm not looking at you, I'm gonna pick pick a player here. 1 to 2 is Tia or T. Sorry. So it looks like they're shooting Jacob. They're shooting at Jacob. What's your defense or your armor?
I'm having trouble seeing my whole sheet.
Okay.
It's all super scrunched up, and I can't expand it. I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out what's wrong.
So if you close that and right click on Jacob in the player characters menu on the left hand side, you should see altered state sheet, and that should pop up the big form of that sheet. I think that's what you're telling me, right?
So I um
Or are you talking about the system sheet?
um that's not it at all. Yeah, if what you mean by the system sheet is the one that's like in the virtual tabletop,
Yes.
it's like I don't even have all the options at the top of the menu anymore. It just has my name and then it's super scrunched. So I can't
Weird.
see anything. I'm not sure how it did that.
Okay.
So uh
Seems like it's been sort of minimized. You just got like a 1 bar.
yeah.
So yeah, so I think if you hover over it, it has like a folder box or something, little picture, and you can click in it, makes it bigger again. I think that's what I'm thinking has happened.
Can you send me a screenshot of what you're seeing?
Yeah.
where did you? Are you getting the screenshot, or which channel you sent it in?
Sending it in the.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That is weird. Hmm. Okay. If you hit escape, does it close that window?
No.
Try refreshing your browser, maybe.
Yeah. Try refreshing your browser page, or yeah, exit and come back in.
That fixed it. Excellent. My defense is 15.
Okay. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Wish, or I don't wish. I'm sorry that that just happened. So we'll play through it, and I have extra time, so we can run over if we need to. I don't know if you guys were planning exactly for that time. So Jacob, you got 15. They're gonna shoot at you. They rolled a 12. It's a miss. Okay. So we're gonna roll that again. This time they're gonna shoot at T. 16.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay. They're gonna roll a D8 for guns. Is that a D8? No, that's a D10. 6 points of damage.
All
And
right.
then the last
Oh
one.
wait,
Oop.
no, I reduced the first 3, so it's just 3.
Nice. Nice. That's good.
Yes, it is.
And the last one's coming at Kai. That's an 8. That
Yep,
should
just-
miss. Okay, good. Okay, good. So now it's your guys' turn. Starting at the top, we got Kai at the top of the order. I'm just gonna go down in the player order as it lists in the bottom left hand side. So Kai, go ahead.
Okay. As I get nearer, Kai pulls out one of his what they call gyro blades,
Mm-hmm.
and lets that go. Try and hit the nearest guy to me.
Okay. So as you're blasting by, you'll hit probably the one who is on the road with the gun, or out furthest with the gun originally shooting at you. What's your roll for that?
It's here we go. The Dex.
Dex. Sweet. 19, and the current target is 10. That's totally a hit.
Sweet. And so on the sheet it says on a modified 13 plus, do 2 times augmented.
Okay,
So
so that would be the
twice damage.
That's the D6 weapon and tool
Yeah.
damage. So go ahead and roll that twice. Dang. Okay. Nice. 11. That takes the first one out.
Nice. And then the blade sort of returns back to my hand as I'm going past on the Balak and
Awesome.
catch it and sort of carry on.
That's so cool. T, what's your plan of action?
All right, I think I'm going to screech to a stop on my bike because I probably need both hands for an assault rifle. And then damage 1d3 targets with each shot.
Oh, nice.
Is there a d3 on the character sheet?
No.
I don't see one.
So what I normally do is I do a D6, and then 1 to 2 is 1. Yeah, essentially half it. So 1 to 2 is 1, 2, 3 is, or whatever.
Just 1. And then I'm assuming guns are dex.
Yeah. Roll Dex to shoot your gun.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, and HPG reminded me last time, we all do have hero coins, and we have surge dice. I'm gonna make a counter for that because surge dice. So we've got Kai Surge. T Surge. And Jig Surge. And you all start with 4 Surge dice. If you open up the Altered State rules, I gotta get to the page here real quick. The Altered State rules for Surge dice are, for Surge dice, you come with 4 d8s, and you can spend or burn them to add to any roll to ensure a success. So you could roll that. You could roll a d8 or multiple surge dice and get above a 10 to hit, as that is the encounter's target. You can add them to any damage rolls. You can add them to health recovery, damage timers, soak, or cool narrative elements. Does that make sense?
It does. All right, so that would have, with my dex, that would have been a 5. So what the heck? I will do it. Is there an easy way to roll 1d8?
Yep. So if you go to the chat window, down at the bottom right-hand corner, there's a
Aha.
little dice box, and just look for the d8. So we're gonna spend one of T's surge dice. Boom, 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 boom. 12. All right, so you did score a hit. So go ahead and roll your gun damage, which is a d8.
I believe that's +3, so 10.
Yep, 10. What does it look like when you shoot him in the head?
I screech my bike to a halt, very carefully. Okay, line up the shot. I get shot while doing this, and I take the shot. Ouch! Jiminy cricket.
Nice. Okay, you got one left. Jacob, what do you do?
I'm gonna throw fire at him with
Okay,
my pyro power.
do it. Dang. Okay. So you can bank this, or you can just throw fire straight away and do your pyro damage.
I'm gonna do the pyro damage right now.
Okay. Let's see what pyro does. Go ahead and roll your d6 for augmented. Pyro, burn, immolate, and surround foes with fire. So, sounds like when you hit him, or this poison runner, you're gonna do a d6 worth of pyro damage, and it's gonna continue on. That's a bummer. So you can use
Yeah.
a surge dice if you want, or you can use your hero die, or you can just accept the 1. But each successive turn, that poison runner is also going to take 1 point of pyro damage each turn.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a surge dice.
Okay. We'll roll down the counter there. There you go. Cool. So 6. He takes 6 points of pyro damage, and next turn he's going to take 6 more points of pyro damage each turn. Nice. So while he is on fire, let's roll a d6 and see if he's going to run away or not. So we'll call it a d2. So 1 to 3 he stays, 4 to 6 he runs away. 6, he's running. He's screaming in his not insurmountable, incomprehensible machine babble, just like of he's on fire. So it is your guys' turn. Kai, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And if you just want to
Puzzle's
sit and
just
watch, he's gonna
no.
burn next round.
It's quite funny watching him run. I'm going to pull up to the other two bodies, or checking over what they were actually doing. Get a better closer look at what they were actually trying to achieve.
Okay. So it looks like these three were just setting up a minor operation to do some sort of energy gathering. And if you look at the tracks, it looked like they were just heading off into the distance away from where the rim is. So there's probably a biomutant enclave or campground somewhere, but they're not in the direction of the rim.
Is there
Hmm.
Not
any sort of
Say again,
anything
Kai?
useful on the floor?
Yeah, there's nothing useful on
Just
them.
what?
They just got
No.
rags and
Okay, cool.
the one crappy gun that you saw, plus a couple another set of gyro knives.
Fair enough.
T and
Should we
Jacob.
let him go?
Yeah, did you want to let him go, or do you want to just end his suffering?
Not our problem. Let's get to our job site.
Yeah, we're on a deadline.
Okay, so you guys get back on your bike and you just zoo zoo zoo, and you just see him like plop to his knees and then just face plant to the ground on fire, little sparks. Uh, so as you guys get closer to the rim, uh, you it takes what seems like forever. I don't know if anybody sings any songs in the radio on the way there, because if you ever heard like truckers on a CB, they just sing into the CB, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, shut up." Um, so I'm sure somebody's singing, and when you get there, when as you're going past the wires and stuff, you see a giant floating metallic structure, um, just off in the distance. You all know what this is. No rolls needed. This is Ishuga, the floating city. Um,
Hmm.
it used to be a city of wealth and um, opulence and stuff like that. But as soon as the wealthy elite left Earth, went to the off-world colonies, or just all in all disappeared, all that was left was the middle working class, the lower ends of the city and stuff like that. And martial law took order and just went to hell from there. As you guys continue on, uh, it takes probably about 4 or 5 hours to get there just because of how far away this is. But as you approach the rim, or what is believed to be the rim, you go up and down a ridge and you see fields of reflective glass. Uh, in the waning light of the sun through the dark clouds and stuff like that, uh, you see the reflective glass of fields of solar panels and shades, all kind of feeding into a central hub that then leads to another bigger plant that then connects to this big power cable, and that's where you need to go.
Is the city always in that specific place, or has it moved to there?
The Ishuga,
Mhm.
it moves. So, your characters would know that Ishuga moves and floats around in between Shinru, the Rim, and the Wastes. And as it moves, it's very slow, but as it moves, it will lose debris, go out and collect new pieces, and augment the city and repair, like people repair it and stuff. But underneath it, there are fields of just detritus and waste, and there are people that make a living in that waste, like scrounging and scavenging for things.
Okay, but it's not like it's usually 1,000 miles away, and now it's here, and we're like, aha,
Oh
I've
no, no,
solved the
no, no,
mystery.
no! It just floats around. It doesn't pull power from the rim like Shinru does. It has its own ability. It has its own abilities to generate power. However, it's not enough to sustain the amount of life that you would find on Shinru.
Okay.
Noted.
So as you crest the hill, looking at the solar panel fields and stuff like that, you identify the power station that the giant cable hooks into as it goes underground, and connects to that middle section. The goes to that middle section of the rim. So let's get some new tiles out here, and that way you guys can see what this looks like. Gotta delete my cables too. So this is oops, clicking too many buttons. It's a big building, kind of circular in shape, and has things that come off of it. And uh, these are the different branches where the um, power cables from the solar sites come into and connect to the central hub to feed into the Shinru City power grid. Can everybody see that?
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool. I didn't add the background, so it's clear and it matches the color of the table. Okay. So yeah, you guys see the giant central power station over the hill, and can I get some wisdom checks from my players here?
Are we scouting?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to touch somebody else's die with my die.
No, you're fine. I am moving people.
All right, that would be 15 plus 7, 20.
So we
But
got
max is 20 in the system, right?
technically yes. You can still go over, but unless you roll a 20, it just isn't a crit.
Oh, wait, I get to wait. There's a mastery thing.
Your cybernetic ocular vision or whatever it is.
Double zoom. Oh, I just read the documents this week, but when you when you get a 20 or over, you tick a mastery bubble, right? It's a one shot. It's not going to matter, but I'm
Yes.
just trying to make sure I understand the system.
Technically yes. If you roll a natural 20, you get a mastery point. And then after 20 mastery points, you get a mastery path addition.
Oh, so it's just natural 20s.
Yes.
Right.
Almost Kai. So close. So yeah. I think yep, all of you made the target of 10. So you are able to scout and see certain areas of the power station. Being that Kai has the lowest, we're gonna start there. So you see what looks like just open grounds. They don't really expect anybody to be like coming out here and trying to mess with the power stations because everybody needs power. Why would you mess with everybody needs, including yourself? Maybe you're insane. Uh, so you see a big open grounds, and then Jacob then additionally sees uh, people moving about and stuff like that, and looks like there's like portable workstations outside the power station. But with T's cybernetic binoculars, they're able to make out that those don't look like normal humans. Those look like augmented humans that have been grafted with cybernetics and have either transhumanism type limbs or uh, just completely robotic in general. Uh, they're usually called synths, especially when they're not. They still retain their human forms, but they're not made out of human bits. Uh, unless you're like a complete automaton, then that's totally different. But these would be more closer to synths.
I whistle. I can't whistle, but my character whistles.
Who are you
Hey,
whistling at?
my companion softly.
Okay.
To their attention. I see a bunch of synths up there. I don't think those are, humany humans.
Really? Kai sort of straining a bit more, banging his cyber optics, trying to refocus to get a better look.
It looks like
You got to get the double zoom. I tell you, it's great.
when you're banging your old TV and it kind of goes.
Yeah.
Now that you
Need
say
to
that,
replace these.
they do look awfully augmented.
Yeah. I could have sworn I got some EMP grenades in here. One sec.
So
These might be useful.
you might not be able to throw those grenades as far as you can to the facility because it's probably a good we'll call it a half kilometer to get there.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying it would be nice to
Okay,
have them
good.
to hand
Okay.
because I'm assuming they will be effective against these particular people.
Yes.
I have some too as well. So nice.
So yeah, you guys see a bunch of synths outside of the rim, outside of this power station. It does feed uh, Arctech districts. So, how do you want to proceed? What is your plan of action, or what do you want to do?
looking at the terrain, is there a way I could sneak down there, stealth in?
Um, I don't know. My mental vision of it is not telling me there's any, but let's leave it to the dice. Let's see if there is any kind of terrain. Let's see what the description says here.
Have they moved recently?
I'm gonna say with civilization and weak. I'm gonna say that there are small huts that you can go between, but it's relatively flat, just so that way it's easier to like build and put cables down and stuff. But it's relatively flat. However, there are buildings that you can get behind and kind of like uh, Sam Fisher or Metal Gear Solid your way there and kind of sneak up to them.
And that's what I'd like to try and do.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll a dex. Hold on before you roll that though. As you guys are approaching, I'm going to increase the target number up to 12 just because now the situation is getting a little more intense and you are having to compete against other people's passive, passive notices and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Can I use my optics to sort of like keep an eye on them and be like, okay, they're looking this way. Don't move.
Oh, totally. So with that, I'm gonna call it an easy roll then. So you got a spotter and you got the person doing the thing. T's totally spotting.
Cool.
Kai is
I,
out
I,
there
would-
trying to
I would
sneak
hide
through
the
things.
bike.
Say again?
Yeah, I would sort of maybe put my bike somewhere where I can hide it before going down there. And I could get stealth anyway. Is easy for me with shadow walk.
Oh man, you got double easy. Just don't roll a 1. How about that?
No, you said it. There you go.
Nice. So yeah, they don't even notice that you're rolling or walking through there and stuff, and like you're sneaking behind the buildings and stuff like that. Um, let's call it 1 hearts of distance, and I want you to roll a d4 and see how far you make it before you get there. Oof. Uh, so how hearts work in index card RPG? I'm sorry, HPG or yeah. I'm gonna
Oh, you're good. You're good.
re-explain it here. So hearts are kind of like this door has 10 HP to unlock it, and you just have to punch it for 10 damage.
That many
The
times. Yeah,
situation,
effort.
yeah, the effort to get to where you're trying to go is 10 effort. You've only made it so far, so you made it behind like the first building. Uh, so yeah, they're gonna go through. We just got Kai. T assisted because she's helping. Uh, Jacob, what do you want to do to assist, or what are you doing?
Um. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to follow Kai with my mnemonic link turned on, so it lets me store my sensory data in a memory core
Ooh,
that's inside my brain. Um, since our whole job is to figure out what's going on, even if I don't make it out, as long as you get my memory core, you can still get the information to our employer.
nice.
Um, but I'm going to follow a little bit further back and rely on T's vision to let me know when I can go forward, because I know that Kai's better at the stealth thing than I am.
Okay, cool. So are you trying to? You're just hanging back. You're not trying to outpace or make more progression than Kai so far.
Yeah, no. I'm just following close enough that I can still see him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a dexterity for me. Target 12.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. So let's
Hero coin.
let's see what happens. We're going to roll some actions. Actually, we're gonna do character. Where is the characters at? There it is. Character general actions. There you go. We'll see what they're doing here. Imprison. Threatening. Okay, so they're threatening imprisonment. Maybe. Oh, that doesn't tell me much. Okay. I'm gonna scrap that roll. So now that the idea that I have in my head is that they are kind of looking around, or no, they're not looking around, but as you're like scooting around and you get behind cover, you do hear you hear one of them like, "Hey, hey, Jerry, is that you? What are you doing?" And you get the feeling he was kind of yelling out in your direction at some guy named Jerry. Why? Who knows? Maybe Jerry's kind of a goof off or something like that, but they're taking interest in your direction and he's walking over towards you, Jacob.
Hmm. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Top of the order. I'm gonna say that was their move. Is that one of them is coming to investigate, um, and he's gonna come towards you, Jacob. So now it is Kai's turn. Let's put a token back out there so that way we can see what we're looking at. So
Oh,
Kai,
so
go
I see
ahead.
him going towards. I see him go towards Jacob.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and before that, I would even sort of said to Jacob, you're recording, you're catching all of this, aren't you? And I go ahead, maybe hiding behind the building, and see this guy starting to head towards Jacob. Can I sneak up and then just draw my katana and slice through him?
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Brutal. Yeah.
I know. I did brutal as I was saying it. I was like,
So let's do, since he's on edge, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a hard dexterity roll.
look, with my katana, once per location, I can attack without rolling to hit and do two
Oh.
times augmented. I'd like to use that ability
Okay.
and just take him out.
Yeah, so this outside is a location for now. So until you get
Yep.
inside the building or go to the other side of the building, this is one location. So I'll allow that. So you just wanna, if you can make a dex roll and get up to him, and then we'll do let that ability just go to town.
Okay. And
And then
stealth is easy as well. So, oh,
nice.
Excellent.
So yeah, you are able to get up behind him. Um, how much? It was max augment damage times 2.
it was and I think it's just augment times 2.
Let's see. Oh, that's your type ability. Shifter.
It's just under the katana. Once per location, attack without rolling to hit and do 2 times augmented
Okay,
weapon
yeah,
effort.
you rolled the augmented effort twice, so you got
Twice, yeah.
10 total. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy doesn't get a scream out. He just kind of like slides in half and plops to the ground and ceases functioning. Um,
Lock eyes with Jacob and sort of, sort of edge him forward a little bit and maybe pull the body to hide it behind a building or a tent or something out of sight.
okay, so yeah, if you do that behind your building, as you're pulling the body, you notice that
Mm.
like obviously you know he's an augmented synth, but like the blood and the viscera isn't really like what you expect. It's like green and black. It looks like hydraulic fluids and oils and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Curious.
Okay. T.
All right. I'm assuming I saw that, and I'm also assuming we have comms because of the cyberpunk, and why would we not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, huh, that's weird. I mean, do we need to go in the power station? Can we just go back and tell them what we saw? Do you think they'll still pay us? Probably not, huh?
I think they'll want a few more details.
Yeah, fair enough. And I could do with, I'm sure we could all do with a scratch. So I'm not entirely sure if this is a type of action that you can take, but can I like hide behind one of the huts and be ready to snipe someone if they come out?
Totes. I am down with that. Given that you don't see anybody else out here at the moment, you can just get there. You get up to where, just like at the edge, you're a couple buildings behind Kai and Jacob, but you do move up and you're able to kind of stay behind them and keep an overwatching eye on them. So yes, totally actionable.
All right, I got your 6.
Let's see, Jacob.
Um,
And you can ask clarifying questions if you want, if you're unclear on what to do and stuff.
um, so did we already move the body?
Yes, Kai got the.
Okay.
I don't know, Kai, did you get both parts or just the top part?
Probably just the top part for now, and then maybe I'll look to Jacob to see if he's going to pick up the rest. But
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you pull him back. Let's do a 1 and 6. Let's do a 2 and 6 roll because we're kind of in a dangerous area. So on a 1 to 2, more enemies show up. 3 to 6, it's clear for now. Oh my goodness. Just like last time. So how many more of these people show up? 3 more. Okay. So you've got 3 more of the like augmented biomutant guys that are coming out, or the synths is what we call them. And they don't really seem to know that their buddy is missing. Um, you do hear one of them kind of like make fun of a guy named Jerry, and kind of start walking around, and they're just kind of meandering outside the building. They're not really. One of them starts like walking away over there and following this guy. So the main power center, you can see that there is kind of a slime trail that you can see at the front of the door. But other than that, not much else.
okay, I guess we're trying to get a bit closer, try and get
Okay.
inside. Looking at the others, sort of saying this.
Kai's
Um,
about there. T's
Further
back here a
back.
little bit. Yep.
cool, and yeah, just trying to be not detected. I feel a bit
Okay.
bad for killing that guy straight away without finding out who they are. But yeah,
Okay. So, um, let's make one more dex roll.
cool.
For stealth from Kai. Um, just the worst luck. Um,
Woof.
Can I use my hero coin?
yeah.
Sweet. Let's do that.
Even better. Well, at least it's not a 1.
Not
Um,
a one.
but they do, as you like sneak, you're moving behind a building. You get behind the building, but you also hear kind of a ringing gunshot, and then the ping of something bouncing off the ground behind you, and it sounds like a snap. So they're that one guy is definitely shooting at you, and has spotted you behind a building. Uh, as you get closer to the building, you do see that it's probably about a 50-yard sprint from where you're at currently to the entry door to the larger facility where they were seemingly working around. Okay.
Shit. Okay.
So He shot at you. These guys are going to take some pot shots at you guys too, mostly at Kai, because that's who they know. Let's see, what was the stat for that guy? Okay.
Plan B, guys. Plan B.
I wasn't aware we had a plan A.
Okay. Nope, not Jacob. Sorry, I think I have Jacob selected. Let's try that again. Game Master. There we go. So we'll take the first roll as 10. The first time I did it as Jacob, but they rolled a 10 to shoot at Kai, which I don't think matches your stealth or your armor, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay,
Not
so they
good.
missed. Kai, it is your turn.
Okay. Is he within range to throw one of my gyro?
Not quite. He is going to be just outside of near and right at the beginning of far. So you'd have to make a move and then throw to hit him. Otherwise, use a ranged weapon.
Okay. Then I will want to get to the door, but I'm going to make a move towards him a bit, get within range, and let loose.
Okay. Go
See if I
ahead
can hit him.
and roll meet or beat a 12. Are you doing a gunshot?
The gyro.
Oh, the
Yeah.
gyro? Okay.
Yeah.
So 9 does not hit. You could roll a surge die to add to that. Yeah. You want to use a surge die?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we're gonna spend a surge die. Oop, I just saw something go. Maybe that was me. Okay. Roll a surge die, D8.
Yep, got a 4.
Yep, I just ticked it down one, so roll one D8.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did roll the D8.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, no, I got 13 total.
Okay. Interesting. It's not showing up in the chat for me.
Is
Okay.
it not? The 4. I
Nope.
got a 4 on the D8. Is that not showing up?
Not showing up for me. But I'll believe you anyways. So you did hit him.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's probably just my screen because I was clicking on something when it happened. So you do hit him. Roll for effort, augmented effort.
Okay.
Ooh.
There it is. You skewer another fool. Actually, 14. This guy. How much health does he have? I think he's got 2. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you did stick him in the chest, and since he's a synth, it just kind of sticks there, and he says, "What the heck?" And then goes to like pull the knives out and has a hold of one knife. Let's see if he holds on to it. We'll call it a D20. What is your dex modifier? Or I don't know.
3
How
total.
how would you guys want to handle that as a contested, like your weapon is coming back to you, but it's not really your strength? Would you still want to do it as like, I don't know how you want to do a contested roll because he's gonna hold on to it, and I want you to get your weapon back, but he's holding on to it, so it may be harder to get back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I'm contesting it. That's the thing. I think the weapon maybe he beats the target or something.
That's a good idea. Okay, so he's got to beat the target, and if he beats the target, he holds onto the weapon. If he doesn't, the weapon releases from his grip and goes back to you.
That's good.
Let's see, what is his ad? Uh, okay, so he failed to hold on to it,
That's mine.
and it rips out of his hand and goes back to you. And you said,
That's mine, bitch.
"All right, T, what do you got?"
All right. Do I see the guy who shot at us?
Yes. He would be over here on this side.
All right. I'm gonna shoot back at him.
Okay. Go ahead and do the thing. Roll a
I
d20.
will.
Do the
Oh
thing.
wait, I'm using my assault rifle, so I have to roll a d4 first.
D6.
D6, thank you. It's a D3.
That'd be awesome if you rolled a 6 so you could hit all 3 of them. Do the thing, Julie.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Hey,
that's a 3, so you hit all 3 of them.
assuming I hit. How's the 9? I don't think it's gonna do it.
9 is not going to hit it. You could spend a search die.
I think I will.
Okay. So now you're down to 2 search dice. Go ahead and
Come
roll that
on.
d8. A 4
13?
plus 9 is 13. Beats a 12. So yeah, you do hit all 3 of them. Go ahead and roll that that guns damage
For 5.
for 5. All right, cool. The guy that Kai had stuck the knife into, he did 14. He's looking pretty rough. He's down on a knee, and grasping his midsection and trying to hold in like the goops and guts and stuff. The other 2 guys on the right hand side take the bullets like G's, like champs, and they just kind of start charging at Jacob and T. All right, Jacob.
Okay. Are they close enough for me to use my control power on them?
Is there a
Or do
range
I have
on
to
it?
get closer? It doesn't say.
Then I'm gonna say there is no range. You just have to be able to see them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to do that. It says dominate the minds of your foes for 1d6 rounds. So I'm gonna try to get the 2 that are charging at us.
Okay. Dang. All right. So you got control of their minds for 1d6 rounds. Go ahead and roll a d6 for how long that's gonna take. 2 rounds. So what do you want to do with your new meat puppets? Actually, that's next round. Hold on to that,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yep.
we'll figure out what you're gonna do with your meat puppets. We did T, Jacob. Okay, so their meat puppets. This guy's looking pretty down, but he's gonna take one valiant charge at Kai and try and get as close as he can and shoot Kai with his pistol. Kai, what is your defense?
14. I was on mute.
What was it again? Sorry.
It's 14.
14. Unfortunately, he does hit you. So with gun damage, that's 1d8. Nope, not 2d8. I wanted 1. There we go. Six damage. Oof, that's kind of rough for having 10 hit points.
Can I use what are they, the rage? No,
The surge dice?
surge. That's it. Yeah, surge.
Okay.
We use one of those to reduce.
At your next turn, you can do that to heal, and that's where you take a breather. Don't do any actions. You roll a con roll. Let me look at the rules for that. I think that's the guys. I think I'm dead rules. There we go. Recover. Anytime during your play, you may sacrifice your turn. Take a breath, bind a few cuts, and recover. To do so, you roll d20 plus your con stat, meet or beat the target. If you do so, regain con stat +1 HP instantly, and in this case, plus surge dice. So at your turn, Kai, which is now, you can sacrifice your whole turn to do that, or you can attempt to take this guy out who's got 1 hit point left, and then you can do it at your leisure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He shot me in my stomach or something, and I sort of hold where he did it and trying to slap the gun out of his face and just slice him with the blade in my hand, cut
Okay.
his throat because we're
Uh,
close combat. Yeah.
roll a
So,
dex check for your weapon or your blades again. Was that dex or strength for the gyro blades?
Dex.
Either way, you made it. So you don't have to
Cool.
roll. You don't have to roll effort because all you need is a 1. You take this guy
Yeah,
out
let's
and he drops to the
flash
ground.
across him at his neck. Yeah. Cool.
I'm sorry, I was talking over you. Go ahead, describe what you did.
It's also good. No, it's like I said. I think I just mainly like a reaction being shot, and he was so close quarters. I just slice out and just cut through him, like his neck, and he drops.
Okay. Yeah. So now combat is essentially over. Jacob, you've got 2 meat puppets. Kai, go ahead and roll 2 con plus d20 or not con. Hold on. Let me get the numbers out again. I just looked at it and I can't remember what I said. Constat plus 1. So go ahead and add your constat plus 1 twice. If you need to add surge dice, go ahead and do that. Jacob, you've got 2 meat puppets. What are you doing?
This is out of character. Do any of us have more than +1 charisma?
No.
Okay. Well, they're dominated, I guess. So charisma probably doesn't even matter. I ask them who they are and what they're doing here.
Nice. Saves me having to shoehorn some exposition in. So, what they're doing here, who they are agents from the city of Vale. Uh, it, you guys would need to make an intelligence roll to know who Vale is, unless you probe these guys. But everybody's crushing it. So, Vale is a city. It's a newer city within at least the last 100 years. Is a newer city that has rumored to be what Shinru was supposed to be, but much better. Although the uh, the city is much more controlled, and sometimes utopias aren't what they seem, and a lot of people are hooked into what is called virtual reality. We all know and love what meta is. So imagine meta with Sword Art Online and then make that your reality.
Okay. That sounds simultaneously very interesting and very horrifying.
Does
So why are they
anybody
messing with our power?
say again?
Why are they messing with our power? They got their own.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, you do have 2 meat puppets. You get
Mhm.
one more question out of them, and then they start getting violent again.
Also, can I take a turn to recover?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
And the target is my defense.
It's the scene target, so 12.
Hey, I did it.
Sorry, the number up in this corner up here. I don't know if you can see it.
I see. Thank you. Yeah. My character sheet was on top of it.
So yeah, scene target is 12. You've recovered. 1 plus your constat. Jacob, you got 1 more turn before these guys turn back into sentient puppet or sentient dudes. What do you want to do?
Um, I will light them on fire.
You don't even have to roll for that. You just do it because
Okay.
they're not resisting. They're just kind of standing there like, so roll a d6. If it explodes, 4. Okay, that's fine. So these guys take 4 damage. They're just on fire and standing there, real creepy like. And then all of a sudden, the reality starts coming back, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, hold up, I'm on fire!" Ah! And they start running at you, Jacob. I'm gonna have a dex check unless somebody wants to try and intervene or cause them to like not go as fast. So go ahead and make a dex check. Uh, and of course, you'd roll a 1.
I'm so bad at Dex.
Okay. Oh man.
2 Dex rolls in a row as nat ones. That's like
I
Here,
guess I could try to shoot
defining.
them.
you
I
can
thought that would slow them down.
go ahead and shoot them. Accelerate their deaths. But Jacob, go ahead and take.
No.
Ah, Jizu.
I
Make a con roll, Jacob, and don't fail. Awesome.
That's not a fail.
So you don't catch on fire, but these guys like start grabbing at you and stuff like that, and they're trying to grab a hold of you, but you're able to resist the fire for now. And T is shooting and seems to be shooting at the ground around you or something like that, and just not hitting her target.
It's
Or
like
their
smoke. I
target.
can't see good.
So yeah, and eventually, because they're on fire, they do eventually cease to live. But you do find as you look at the other body that Kai has, you do see the like the symbol of Veil. And why does Veil have biomutants? Who knows? But
Jacob, anybody ever told you got a problem? You're just messed up, man.
Yeah, I've been told that since I was a kid. Probably why they did all those experiments on me.
Huh.
okay. But you do hear other noise inside of the facility ahead of you. Yeah. You want to enter the facility?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you guys enter the facility. As soon as you open the door, a cacophony of sounds and other things. You make your way inside the facility, and you get to like a central area of sorts of like junctions and where you come in, go out one door and into another, and like the different hubs and spokes for the different the power draw fields to this central station. As you do, you see a large, amorphous, undulating, biomechanical yet synthetic blob, which is connected to each of the 5 branches and connecting and seems to be like storing electricity and has cables in it running out the other side of a door out of the facility. Did that make sense?
Is that goopy thing supposed to be there?
Let me get my pen out and draw a card here real quick.
I don't know, but it's really freaky looking.
Can we phone Arctech? Like, presumably they know what it's supposed to look like. It's messed up.
How sophisticated are our like comms? Like, could I send my like the visuals to Arctech like right now?
Um, yeah, I think so. I'd say that's possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ring up our boss and be like, "Are you seeing this?"
Like, what do you want us to do?
Interesting.
One moment. Drawing my index card. Undulating mass of blobbiness. Okay, that should be fine. That's not what I want. Okay, so this index card is supposed to be a the central the central area, and down here towards the bottom of the card are you guys. I'm gonna put you all down here a little bit. And in the middle is where you see the undulating mass. On the opposite side of where you are, you're currently hidden. No one knows that you're outside. That's not fun. Why is that not working? There we go. Couple guys moving around and carrying something and taking it outside, working on the strand that happens to be going out the door on the other side of this index card. So there's a dude over here. Yeah. It seems to be connected to the various power outlets and junctions inside this facility that are drawing power from the solar panels and stuff outside, and then rerouting it and potentially taking it outside the door somewhere else. So you radio back to ArcTech, and the response you get is kind of garbled, and it says, remove power draw veil, and as that is being sent to you, there is a voice in the inside of this facility that says, oh, where did I put it? Hold on, I have it written down somewhere. There's a voice that is calling out to you, and it says, you know who you fight for. They do not actually intend to prolong your life, or only using you as tools. The veil, on the other hand, can give you the freedom that you desire.
Where is that coming from? Is it like...
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like it's above you, and kind of in your head at the same time, but it's above you currently. So if you are you trying to look for it, or are you just kind of... Yeah, this
I'll
is a
look
voice in my
around.
head. Okay. So as you looking around, you happen to see a crouched figure in a rafter inside the central corridor, in the central area, and you see two red glowing lights in a humanoid silhouette, and it's holding onto the rafters, and it's like, join us, and the veil will give you what you need: prolonged life, freedom, all of the decadence, lust, and things that you desire. Leave here. What Shinru does It's an abomination. Not true freedom.
I mean, what's the rate?
What's the rate?
Yeah. I mean, guns for hire, not guns for free.
There would be no needed rate, nor your guns. You'd be able to do whatever you want. If it is guns you desire, we can get all the guns you want.
Well, joke's on you, because I love doing what I'm about to do right now.
Okay.
Ah, jeez. I'm gonna dive roll backwards out of the way.
Do the thing.
Yep. I'm gonna, uh, yeah. Pyro.
Okay. So before you think about spending surge dice or your hero coin,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that your pyro does go off. However, it goes straight through what you're looking at.
Oh, okay.
Roll a. Uh, actually, you don't need to roll. I'm just gonna tell you that the sensation that you got when you shot through whatever you just saw, it felt virtual and like an invasion into your consciousness.
Ugh, that feels gross.
Anybody else? Everybody else has seen the same thing and got that same feeling as well. Especially all of you with cybernetic eyeballs.
I don't know. They said they don't use hired guns, but if those guys out there were doing it for free, that sucks to be them.
Yeah. It's good
So
to get paid to do what you love.
what we're seeing?
Say again, Kev?
Yeah, true. Yeah, sorry. So what we're seeing, we don't feel like is actually there, or I can't really tell at the moment.
Yes. What you're seeing is also a feeling of something has infiltrated my consciousness or my visual apparatus and is making it so I'm seeing hallucinations.
They're fucking with us. Yeah, I'm gonna. Do I see this person up on the
Yes, you do see
the
everybody
platform?
sees that same person up on the platform, and when Jacob shot the pyro ball through them, everybody saw the same just like straight through the image. However, after the image
Probably.
after a while the image it looks at each one of you at the same time and then morphs into something, drops from the rafters and disappears into digital bits. And then you hear kind of a laughter in the darkness, and you see two red eyes shift into the darkness again.
Well,
Well,
that's
that
spooky.
gives me the creeps.
So if you want to,
Can I head straight for those eyes? Are they
you
wherever
can,
that was? Oh,
you can.
yeah.
Some of you guys would know this as a technomancer, someone who is kind of like a decker, and they are able to infiltrate other technology and manifest hallucinations or other apparitions in your sight or consciousness and stuff to make you think you're seeing things.
Son of a bitch.
So the thing that you saw disappear into the shadows, that was probably real. However, finding them afterwards, that's going to be a challenge. However, you got this undulating blob of goop in the middle, and guys just kind of taking stuff out of it outside. And Arc Tech said something roughly to the kin of, disconnect or destroy. So you think that this thing may be siphoning power from the solar panel farms and siphoning the power out to a different location.
Okay. Sorry, what was this building normally housed? This is where the power comes into,
Okay,
is it?
sorry. I know that that's probably a lot to take in. So let me draw some stuff here. We're gonna draw some squiggles on this map. Moment here. We're gonna move this guy. We're gonna move all these dudes over a little bit. So what is going on is so you've got Shinru down here, and you guys followed the cables out and about to what is called the Rim. The Rim has these facilities that have like solar panels and stuff. If I can't get as nice as I can with my pencil on this. And these solar panels collect into a central station, and then it goes out to another relay station where they take in a couple other solar panel farms. So these solar panel farms are pretty massive. So you're at this solar panel station in the middle here, and inside here would normally be like people just monitoring the relays and connections, and then this power would get collected and go to those underground cables that then come out above the ground where you followed in, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is right here. So you are right here technically, and you are inside that facility here.
Cool. So what I'm sort of trying to assess is from the room at the moment is if there's any advantage to throwing out one of my little EMP devices.
Yeah, I think so. What your EMP device would do in this instance would stun the biomechanical blob in the middle, probably disable the workers, and then turn off certain functions of the station, and maybe cause it to disconnect and not draw any more power because there wouldn't be any more power. Everything would be turned off.
That sounds great. I'd like to try and do that then.
Okay. So
What's one of those EMP grenades? Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're a capable person. You're not an idiot, so you're able to throw you're able to throw your EMP grenade, and it goes tink 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 and kind of rolls and sticks to the side of the blob. And in my head, I envision like the Star Wars thermal detonator where it goes tink, and you see like the electrical the non-realistic electrical pulse go, and the electrical, like you'd see little pulses of light inside this biomechanical blob. They kind of glow up and go down, and it becomes just like this little churning in the center. But then you see the tentacles of the biomechanical blob just drop, 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 drop from the various power relays inside of the facility that it's hooked into here. So like, change my color here. Hold on. How do I do that? There we go. The line we want. We're gonna call it red. So this line is dropped. This line is dropped. And that line is dropped. And that's dropped. And that's dropped. The two of the dudes that were outside just kind of stop functioning and go like C3PO, just kind of like, ugh, okay, I am off, and just stop functioning. You do have a gunshot from the darkness though, where the two red eyes are, and there is a gunshot, and let's see how many that person can hit. Rolling a d6, 1 to 2. Okay, so they hit two people. I'm gonna roll a d6 again. 1 to 2 is Kai. 3 to 4 is T, and then 5 and 6 is Jacob. Dang it. Poor Jacob. So rolling gun effort. What is your defense, Jacob?
15.
15. Turn that off. 17 to hit. All right,
Okay.
so this is gun effort. 4 damage. And then that also hit, I said what, 2 people?
Mhm.
So the second person who's also going to take 4 damage is, we're excluding, okay. First one is going to be Kai. So Kai and Jacob both take 4 damage from the darkness, but you're able to see the reports of the muzzle flash of the weapon, and you do see that it is a assault rifle, and in the darkness you see the glowing red eyes of the face lighting up and stuff. However, after the gunshot, it disappears. All right, so now we're into initiative. Or better yet, I'm sorry. Do you guys want to get an initiative, or do you want to try and figure out what to do with the blob, or do you want to get rid of this ghost guy?
Do we think the blob is permanently disabled, or do we think we need to do something to keep it down?
So the blob is disabled currently because it doesn't sense any power draws because of the EMP grenade that went off. The EMP grenade went off inside the room and disabled the junctions that it was connected to and dropped all of its tentacles.
I mean, it looks like that's handled for now. Do we want to go after the spooky one? The red eyes.
Yeah. I want to give him a piece of my mind.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to get shot.
So now we're into combat rounds. He's already gone, so top of the order is going to be Kai. Kai, what would you like to do?
Son of a bitch. Right. Kai sort of draws his katana and sort of almost Naruto run in the direction of those eyes and need to get close to it.
Okay. So he was last seen like off in that direction, and you guys are at the entrance right here where you are at. You have not actually like gotten too far into the room.
Okay. So yeah, definitely as far as I can go to head towards where I think
Okay.
it was last.
So are you wanting to do like a double, a far move or move near
Yeah.
and okay. So if you do your
Yeah.
far move, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Talking over you.
No, I was going to say if it takes a double move, then yeah, that's what I'll do. Like, yeah,
Okay.
far move.
So yeah, your far move would be over there. Sorry, this is not very proportionate like it would be in a tactical grid combat.
Right, that's fine.
So you move throughout like various catwalks and cables and other support beams in this room, and you get to the last known position where that guy was, and you just see him at the edge of the darkness, right out of your reach. T, what do you want to do?
Could I don't know if my gun has a scope or not. I'm gonna assume it does. Could I like try to get a beat on him to make it easier for Jacob to hit?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'd
My
call
question
that
is,
like
can
an
I roll scout?
aid and ally type thing. But yeah, go ahead and roll a whiz check then.
And
11.
if it is scouting, then it would be
You got a +3, that's right.
a 14, a 15, a 14.
Okay, 14. Perfect. You're able to help Kai, and Kai's going to get an easy roll next time he engages with this. Actually, Jacob and Kai are both going to get easy rolls. However, Jacob does not have line of sight on this person currently.
There he is.
Okay, Jacob, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna move forward
Okay.
to get line of sight. And I want to use my Nemesis pistol.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your dex.
I'll use a surged die
Okay.
on that.
Oof. You
Never
can
mind.
spend multiple surge dice if you want.
Oh, I can.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
There you
There
go.
we
Hey.
All right. So, you are able to hit this fool. Go ahead and roll your effort for whatever you're doing.
Okay. It says it does gun times 2.
So 5 total, or do you have? Okay, 5 total damage. All right, and this guy, you do believe that you hit him, and you see him just kind of like do I call it a tactical swirl, where like you take a step back and you kind of like do a swoosh around. I don't know how to describe it. They do it in video games all the time, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
But he kind of like takes a tactical step back and is kind of now at the edge of near for Kai, but Kai can move and get close enough to him. You did hit him though. Okay.
Okay. Sweet.
Um, Kai, it's my guy's turn. Okay, so he's at the edge of darkness, right outside of Kai's move range. He's going to cast a psychic ability, or it's more of a technomancer ability, where he is going to attempt to uh, make a duplicate of himself in your vision, and that way you or it's a hard roll to hit him next time, Kai. So he's going to roll against your defense. What was your defense?
14.
14. Does not make it. Uh, and then his second action is going to be to jump back further. But as he jumps into the rafters and is out of melee range currently, unless you also jump into the rafters as well.
Yeah, you want to play? Excellent. Then I'm going to try and do the same, jump up into the rafters.
Okay. So now that you're on the same playing field, it's going to be a near move required to get close to him, and then normal attack stuff.
Okay. Then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Near move. And then I can do an attack as well. Or...
Yep.
Excellent. Well, drawing with the katana in hand. And is this a new area? Because if it is, I'm going to
Yes,
take that.
this is a new scene or a new location.
Perfect. So I automatically hit him twice, or once, but double effort.
For 8 damage. Nice. You do hit him. You see a cut across his chest. You do damage, but you see like microfiber weaving starting to cover back across his chest and stuff like that. Um, But you did hit him and you did do damage.
Get out of my head.
T.
He's jumped up, but I can still see him, right? At long.
Yes, it's going to be a hard shot though if you do shoot at him.
I mean, I don't think anything else really makes sense. I guess I could try empty the mag, but it wouldn't make the shot any easier. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to empty the mag. So,
Okay. With your combat rifle or your assault rifle.
Mhm.
Do
It
the
would be
thing.
great if you rolled good, buddy.
Oh.
I don't think an 11's gonna do it.
No. You can
Darn it.
spend a surge dice if you want, because you got to beat a 15. It's at hard right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. So do the
Okay.
D8.
T.
14.
Oh,
Nice.
gotta spend one more.
Yeah. You can spend your last surge dice if you want.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
I have not hit without a surge dice yet. Poor nervous little guy.
All right. Cool. So now you are able to do empty the mag.
Fabulous. Which hits 1d4 targets, but there's only the one, so 48.
Oh man, I'd love it if all these are 4s.
It did not roll 4 of them.
So
Oh, I see. That's the plus. Gotcha.
so the plus at the bottom is just a modifier. You have to click on the D8 4 or 5 times. Dang. All right.
23.
So yeah, you riddle this guy, full of holes. He looks at you and like, uh, Kai is close enough to see it, but you see like the webbing starting to close back around his body. It's going much slower this time, Kai. You do note that. So that was a very massive hit.
Take that, you spooky person.
Jacob.
Well, can I still see him, or do I need to get closer?
Yes. If T can see him, you can see him. It's also going to be a hard shot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna control him.
Okay. This one we're going to do. It's going to be a hard control or whatever it is. It's going to be hard. So you have to beat a 15 or higher with your int skill in order to control him.
Okay. That is not that. Can I use my hero coin?
You can. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, make a augmented check, and you have to beat 1 heart of effort in order to fully control this guy, because he's supposed to be my boss. So,
Okay.
you need a heart worth of effort to control him, but you did hit him. So this round, if you can get 10 effort in 1 round, you got a control of him.
Okay. So I roll the effort now.
Yes, and that'd be your D6, and then you also have 1 surge.
Well, let's do both.
Okay.
Of course.
Oh my god, no! Okay. So, he is struggling with it. You see him kind of like start shaking his head and stuff. You did not completely fail. It is working. He's fighting it, and just needs one more round of mind control.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it is back to his turn. With that, him fighting that mind control, that is one of his actions, and his other action is going to be to one-handedly raise his gun and attempt to shoot Kai. So he's going to roll his d20 plus 4. Ugh. And what was your defense again, Kai? 14?
Yes. Yeah, 14.
Well, he hit you
Yeah.
for 2 damage. So yeah, he raises his assault rifle, attempts to put a few rounds at you, pulls the trigger, and only hits you twice out of the potential 8.
Ouch.
It is Kai's turn.
Kai's just gonna run full pelt at him and just tackle him and try and drop both of us out of the rafters to the floor.
Okay, sweet. I'm not gonna have you roll a dex. I'm gonna have you roll a con because you are falling down to the ground and you're gonna be bouncing off of his body.
Excellent.
Perfect. Nailed it. So you are able to knock him out of the rafters. You both fall to the ground. You are able to collect yourself and do an anime 3-point landing on the platform next to him as he bounces off the ground and just like boom, boom, boom. And T, you see this happen. However, it is on the other side of the blob, so you no longer have line of sight. You'll have to move in order to see that.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Can I get there this turn?
Yes, if you go to the right, that would be a near move, and then you'll have the ability to see it.
Fabulous. Can I get up to him this turn?
If you did a far move, you could.
Okay, and I cannot do an action after a far move, right?
Yes.
All right. In that case, I'll take a near move and I will shoot.
Okay.
Maybe this time I'll hit. Come on, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's a
Yay!
19.
Okay. Nice. So those holes in his body where they were covering up with the strands of reanimated what seems like flesh are now refilled with more holes, and his body is struggling to rebuild itself. And he looks to Jacob, stretches his arm out, and attempts to gurgle something. Jacob, what do you do?
I'm gonna keep fighting for control.
Okay. Make that an easy, so target 9 or higher, psychic or intelligence check. Are you kidding me? That was almost a 20 on my screen.
Oh man. I can't give you surge, can I?
No, you cannot. Shoot. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
just how it's just how the
Yeah.
dice fall.
Okay.
He's got a tough mind. So
Yeah, he's looking
it
out to you, and as you're trying to control him, finish that control, he reaches out to you, and you hear it in. He spends one action still fighting your control from previously. This time he gets up and is like not able to stand fully erect, and he's like on one knee, and he reaches out to you and uh, make a defense check. So it's going to be whatever your defense score is minus 10 because it's not that. Roll a d20 plus your defense score. Nice. You made it. Okay, cool. So you resist his ability to uh, do the same back to you. He was reaching out to you to try and like plant something inside your mind, and uh, now it is Kai's turn.
Okay. He's looking pretty hurt.
Yep.
But is there a way I feel like I could subdue him without killing him?
Subdue him without killing him.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. I think there was. I don't remember what it is. I would say make an intelligence check, and if you do, you are able to figure out how to subdue uh, his stack, because everybody has something called a stack, which is
Mm.
like your ability to regenerate or be reborn as a synth. So, or not a synth, but like cyborgy type people.
Mhm.
So if you're able to find that stack and disable it, that gives Jacob a chance to. I wouldn't even make you roll for it, Jacob. I just say if Kai can find that uh, stack, you get control of him.
All right. And I'm definitely spending surges.
Okay, yeah, you got 3 of them still.
Yes. Let's see how many it takes. But,
8, 13. Yeah, that works. You got it. Yeah, you just like grab the
nice.
base of his skull and you hold him up, and he's just kind of like, ugh. Uh, and now he's open to whatever T wants to do with him.
Are we interrogating him?
Yeah.
I'd like to
That's
bring him
likely.
back if possible.
Yeah, give us
Okay.
maybe a bit of extra coin here, extra credits.
I'll draw my katana and look threatening.
Okay. So you draw your katana. I'd be scared. And he just kind of stands down and says, "You'll never take me alive." And with your hold on on his stack, he's unable to do what he wants to do. But you can sense the fear in what the words that he chooses are. So yeah,
I,
I think you've got
I think we
his.
just did. We did take you alive, bud.
So yeah, now you have a prisoner. Um, do any of you guys have the binders? I don't think you do.
Not on my sheet.
No.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you have this guy. As long as you keep a hold of his stack, he's gonna be pretty subversive for you. Jacob, do you want to attempt to take control of him again and make him your meat puppet for a while?
Yeah.
Okay. Just roll a d6. If you roll a 1, re-roll it. Re-roll it. Even
Oh,
better.
bud.
Uh, okay. So yeah, you do get control of him. Uh, if only for a little bit. You do have control of him again, which allows you to get him to maneuver outside and get Kai to readjust his hand and stuff. But you still have this biomechanical blob in the middle to handle and restore power to the station. What do you want to do with it? We're out of combat rounds at this point. It's going to be narrative flavor of what you're going to do to remove narrative
I'm
problem solving.
assuming someone's burning it, but
I'm gonna poke the guy in the chest with my sword slightly and be like, "Hey, spooky dude, what do we do? How we turn it off?"
Well, you've turned it off, but restore power and see what happens.
Well, we should definitely disconnect all the connections, sever them permanently. But do we feel like we can destroy this blob?
Um, I think you were right with the fire. If you were to hit it with fire, it would catch on catch on fire. Biomechanical.
Excellent.
The bio parts would catch on fire, and that seems to be the stuff that does move it. The mechanical bits are just like the wires and the electricity inside of it.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to setting things on fire.
Well, is
Okay.
that going to bring the power back, or is it just going to
It's
make
just
it less blobby?
it would just make it less blobby and reduce it to an inanimate pile of wires and gizmos. Then you would be able to restore the power. Does that make
Quick
sense?
reset to get the
Okay.
pass the EMP on and off again.
Yep.
But
Okay.
yeah, definitely cool. That sounds like a plan. Standard day's work, isn't it, guys? We've
Yeah,
you
more or
know
less.
we've got a
I'm
hostage
going to wait
and
outside while you create fumes in here. Can't be good for you.
You ever smelt like computer chips that got burnt or fried?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just like that.
I have
Smells like
biotech lung. I have biotech lungs, so I have toxin filtering.
Sweet.
nice.
so,
Yeah,
so
it just
Oh, la
I'm
dee
it
fine.
da.
j- it just smells like burnt dog shit.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right, so Jacob T steps out. I keep wanting to call you Tia because that's what we named my daughter's Triceratops. T
Mhm.
T steps out, and Jacob and Kai steps out with the big bad guy. And Jacob concentrates and just torches this biomechanical blob. As you do, it just kind of makes this quiet squeal sound. It's not a scream, it's more of a squeal, and eventually it just shrivels up like a melted pop bottle on top of a bunch of wires and other bits that shrink into its center bit. And yeah, you now have a disabled biomechanical blob and a power facility to turn back on.
Well, I don't know anything about electronics.
Okay. Um,
Me neither, but maybe there's like a manual somewhere we can find.
Hmm, that's a good idea. I look around for a manual.
We got them stickers that are like part A into part B.
there you go. I will say that there probably are red levers that you can, like the big evil master switch where you just go kadoosh and turn it on. So you flip him off and flip him back on, and you feel the hack like your hair stand on edge as the magnetic electricity starts flowing through, and you get this sensation like, ooh, there's a lot of power behind this wall.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Um, so yeah, you guys have successfully restored power to the facility, captured the guy, and unrouted the biomechanical electronic cipher. Um, so do you guys want to head back to Shinru or Arctech facility?
Yeah, let's go
I
and
mean, I
get
want
our
to get paid.
2,000 each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Renegotiate.
So as you guys get on your bike and start heading back, not bike, get on your bikes and start heading back, uh, something kind of happens in your vision. Um, it goes black. Then you're back to like the brown daylight out in the waste, the rim in between. Uh, you look over at Ishuga, and it disappears and it comes back, and everything just kind of goes gray, and then everything goes black, and all you hear is klaxons. Klaxon is another word for like a siren or like the tornado sirens and stuff inside of a building. So it's like ing, 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 and you kind of slowly open your eyes, and there's smoke, there's noise, and the sirens, and some guy comes by with a helmet on, and he says, "Come on, get up, we're getting out of here. You guys need to get out of here now. Follow me." And as he says that, you find yourself lying, all three of you lying on tables around a central computer data core hooked into it, and you take off like the neural net, and you see that you are being extricated by like a special forces team of some sort. And that's where I'm going to leave the session.
Dun dun dun.
Oh.
Nice.
Ah, dang, was it all a simulation? Again?
Yeah, again. How did I get into this?
It's not Tuesday.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and turn off the recording.